We are driving the brand new Alfa Romeo Junior, one of the most interesting electric car. I wait for such a long time that Alfa Romeo to bring a full electric car, and finally it's here. And finally today is the first day when I drive it, and we will drive it together. I will give you the feedback on how it's on the road and some information about the car, some technical data. And I will have a separate video if you want to see the full review with the same car, interior, exterior, material quality, multimedia, everything about the car will be in a separate video, a static review. So definitely check out that video together with this video where we drive and I give you the feedback. You can get all the information about this Alfa Romeo Junior. To be honest guys, it looks really nice, at least the front end. I like so much the front end. The back, I'm still thinking on the design. I'm still not sure about design. I'm still trying to get used with it, but the front end look really cool. Also, I like the lighting system in the front, on the rear. I like the fact that Alfa Romeo still keep that signature, Italian signature on the car, even though it's built on the same platform as Stellantis group use on Fiat 600, Jeep Avenger and so on. Anyway, this is a good thing because they share the technology together. By the way guys, if you are in Switzerland, around Switzerland, you wanna see the car, buy the car, test drive the car, check out Auto Traxler. I will leave the link in the description, also on the screen. Definitely they are super nice, so check them out. This is the key, by the way, the same key as Peugeot use it also on other cars, and also Jeep, but on the back you have the Alfa Romeo logo, which is super nice. The car in the version that I have with me here come with 18-inch rims, also the same round design as Alfa Romeo uses, with ventilated brake discs on the front and normal brake discs on the rear, so no drum brakes on the rear. It comes with keyless entrance, you saw before, electric folding mirrors. This is the entrance, this is the way it looks. Those seats are a combination, nice combination between this leather, this is leather with artificial leather, with this textile material on the middle, and I like so much this reddish cherry color that blend in with the black. We have Alfa Romeo on this beautiful aluminum plate, aluminum pedals, electric adjustable seats, and you can adjust the lumbar position, even the massage. The car comes with massage seats. The seats are pretty nice, pretty comfy. They are a little bit stronger, like a sporty car. Also, I like very much the vents. Man, the vents, which came first time on Alfa Romeo, the round vents, not only that feel good, but they look really nice, and they keep that Alfa Romeo signature. I will leave the key here. I like the fact that you have armrest, which is adjustable. This is super useful. Plus, I like very much that they add here in the middle all the physical button. The most important functions of the car are around here. So you have the shift-by-wire transmission, which you probably saw on Stellantis group cars. And then you have the B mode. The car, it's able to regenerate more energy as you release the acceleration. I will show you as we drive, because it doesn't have any pedals behind here to change between the levels. You have just the B mode and the normal mode, and then from here you change different driving modes. Electronic handbrake. It didn't come with an auto hold function, but I have a trick for you that I want to show you in the video, how you can use auto hold without having auto hold. Here is the start stop engine button. Here you can charge your phone wireless with a nice place with Alfa Romeo logo, snake. Then you have two USB-C and 2. Overall, here are some shortcut buttons. Let me start the engine. I like very much that all the most important buttons are right here, so you can change and switch between driving modes and start the car so easy, just like that. Also, you can adjust the steering wheel up, down, forward, backward manually from down here. It comes with a digital cockpit. We have digital multimedia system. The multimedia system and the software, the graphics are very similar with what you see on other Stellantis cars and the new cars, but its place a little bit different, and we will talk about that. But first of all, if you want to go in reverse, you just go up. The car comes also with a reverse camera. It didn't come with 360 degrees camera, but it comes with a reverse camera, and I want to park here for a while. I like very much that the camera resolution is extremely good, and you have also those active lines that guide you through the parking lot, so it helps you park the car. And I really like the graphic and the camera. It's extremely good. Plus you have the bird eye view. The car is capable to somehow show you from above, so you can see right now when you come close to an object. Also the sensors, but you have also the possibility to see the camera wide and so on. Let me park it. Before we start, I want to show you a few things. Electronic handbrake, it's here. I want to show you a few things and then we will start. The steering wheel quality also is not leather, it's kind of leatherette, artificial leather, which is great, environmental friendly, great grip, the same design as Alfa Romeo uses. There is the screen where you can kind of customize and see whatever things you want to see in the middle. Like you see the media, you can see even the navigation on the full screen. This is something that I love. You can see on the right side how many percentage you have in the battery, how many kilometers you can still drive. On the left side you see the different driving modes, and in the middle you can have the navigation. I will test also the autopilot as we go in the video. You can see the graphic in the middle with what happened with the energy. This is the front wheel drive, the electric motor, it's installed on the front, the battery under the floor, and here it's the autopilot view and assisted view, assistant systems view. Here you have the consumption, which we will reset before we drive. Here you can change between 3 different driving modes as Alfa Romeo uses with DNA. DNA, that means now advanced efficiency. This is eco. Natural is like normal, and dynamic it's like sporty mode. We will test all those. We start with advanced efficiency. Very interesting is the fact that they place the multimedia screen, 10-inch screen here on the lower end. It's easy to adjust. I like the fact that it's easy to reach. Changing things, it's extremely easy, it's extremely fast, but sometimes it's better to be a little bit higher in some cars that don't have a nice digital cockpit with the navigation. But this one, because it has the navigation right here and you have a lot of infos right here, you don't need this screen to be higher. So this is perfect the way they place it. Anyway, I set the destination. I noticed that the navigation system, it's super responsive, it's super nice. It's the same as on the new Peugeot cars, so this is great. You have also the all charging stations on the screen, so you can reach any destination really easy. It shows you also the charging stations around you. We will talk more about that in the review video. Now I want to reset the consumption on the trip 2, so you can, or maybe on the trip 1. Yeah, better. Trip 1, reset the consumption. We will see what kind of consumption we can get in the end of this trip. But I want to give you some information about the car. So the version that I have here with me at Auto Traxler is kind of the middle range version with 156 horsepower. The full electric version is the Speciale version, so it's not the entry level. Junior, it's the entry level, 41,490. This is Speciale, it's a little bit more expensive, 45,490 francs, and it's Veloce, which you can get with 280 horsepower, which is much more powerful. But the version that we have here is the front wheel drive, the package technology, and the pack sky. So you have the panoramic glass roof, 1,600 francs. Anyway, you can pause the video and read those infos. But now I want to go a little bit deeper to give you the information and technical data. It's a front wheel drive. The range of this car, 408 kilometers. Estimated range, probably in real life around 300. Then consumption 15.2 kilowatt hour. Top speed 150 km per hour, 0 to 100 in 9 seconds. The power of the car, 156 horsepower, 260 Newton meters, and the battery capacity 54 kilowatt hour. It's a lithium battery, NMC. Turning circle 10.5 meters. And another important information about the car, the charging speed of the car, maximum in DC it's 100 kilowatt, and 10 to 80% around 30 minutes you can charge the car. It comes standard with a heating pump. Other than that, more information I will give you as we go in the full review video. But from my point of view, those are the most important technical data. Let's drive it now. We put it in drive, just like that, efficient mode. Reset one more time the consumption, and we will check in the end the consumption. Now we don't need it anymore. Probably we will leave the navigation on the screen there because it looks better. But also the cool part is that here you can go to home from here. You can go to vehicle and you can see a nice graphic with what happened with the energy in real time. So you can see right now, you can see right now how the car it's using the energy for the electric motor. And let me go to the navigation system for a while because I want to turn off. This is great because you can turn off the sound just like that. You can mute the navigation system, and we will do that because we don't need that navigation system, that woman to talk all the time, because I can focus on talking about the car. Anyway, my first impression when I drive the car, a little bit earlier I drive it a little bit, and I have the impression that the car it's much more set up to be sportier, to be a little bit more dynamic. And to be honest, even though it's built on the same platform, it seems to have a little bit of style, Alfa Romeo touch, and that's a good thing. I like when I see, even though there are electric cars built on the same platforms, I like when I see that they have unique touch added from the manufacturer. And Alfa Romeo is well known for the dynamic cars, for extremely reliable engines, and I want to see if I have that feeling, that Alfa Romeo feeling when I drive the car. And first impression, it is that I have it. At least the steering wheel, it feels really similar with yeah, what we have on Alfa Romeo before. I love the steering wheel. I feel like the car is more dynamic, as I said, but it's still, at least on the efficient mode, it's still pretty soft, and that's a good thing, because if you buy the car to drive also in the city, that will be extremely useful to have this easiness of driving. So the steering wheel is assisted and the car seems to have that light feeling. So yeah, it's not bad, it's not bad. Pedals and acceleration feel good quality. Also the sound insulation, even though in the front we don't have double glass, the sound insulation, from what I drive around, it seems to be pretty good. So I like the sound insulation. Also from the tires, but also from outside, you cannot hear too much noise, at least at speed up to 100 km/h. I didn't drive at speed over 130 km/h because here in Switzerland you're not allowed to do that, but probably in the future I will try to test that out as well. But for the moment we can test it up to 120 km/h. But overall, the driving feeling in efficient mode seems to be quite pleasant. I like it. The acceleration, it's slower, gives you the power that you need. Suspension seems to be pretty good set up as well. So overall, yeah, it feels nice. It feels definitely nice to drive. I like it. It feels agile. And let's change the driving mode. Let's go in dynamic mode now, so we can see, ooh, immediately the acceleration pedal, it's quite responsive. I feel that. Look at this. Ooh, immediately it pushes you back in the seat. The steering wheel become a little bit stiffer, but still the car is not heavy, doesn't have that heaviness added to it, because usually when you drive an Alfa Romeo car and Giulia or wherever, you have that heavy feeling, and on this Junior you don't have that heavy feeling. You have still a light feeling, but in the same time, I don't know, they add a little bit of unique feeling to it, so it doesn't feel the same as Avenger, it doesn't feel the same as Fiat 600. It feels different. I don't know how many percentage and how can I explain you that, but it has a different feeling added to it. But in the same time I was expect to be a little bit heavier, if that makes sense. The steering wheel, it's nice setup. You can see every time you change the driving modes, the colors is changing also on the cockpit, also on the multimedia. I like very much the cockpit. I like the cockpit, the graphic of the cockpit. I think it's the most beautiful from Stellantis group. If you take all those cars together, I think it makes the more sense. Now, if you want to activate the autopilot and the cruise control, you have to do it from here. So first you have to turn on the assistant systems, and then you activate it from here. You set the speed, and you can see on the screen, I don't know if you can see the lanes and the steering wheel with green. That means the car, it's driving right now, it's holding between the lanes, it's accelerating, it's braking. So it used the latest technology when it comes to autopilot and assistance system. So the car, it's able to stay between the lanes, accelerate, brake, keep the distance between the car in front. It will warn you from time to time if you don't have the hand on the steering wheel, but overall it's doing a great job. And I test this system on Stellantis group. It's the same system on all the cars, and it works really good on all new cars. At least it works really good, even if you're not on the highway. But as long as the lanes are visible, the car will do a fantastic job. Also, the car comes with a lot of safety features, like reading the traffic speed limit signs, and it will warn you. You can also turn on, turn off those settings, but in general, look at this, it's doing really fine. I like that. Look at this, it stays between the lane. You feel like you can trust it. Again, it still drive itself. Now we go in the tunnel, so you can see also the interior in the nighttime a little bit. That's really helpful. And you can see right now the red cockpit, it looks lovely. Also, this is the home page, just in case you want to see how the home page look like. I love the cockpit, man. I think it's the most beautiful cockpit. And also this design that reminds us of, yeah, Alfa Romeo classic. The steering wheel grip feel great, look great, and the cockpit with this ambient light around the cockpit red looks so good. And even the vents, if you look, they are illuminated. So the both vents on the both sides, they are illuminated in the color like you're choosing, and you can change the colors. I will show you that. Also, you have some ambient light here on the center console. It looks lovely in the nighttime as well. And you can see the autopilot, it's still working, it still stays between the lanes, pretty good. It's pretty good visibility in the mirrors, even in the mirror up here on the side mirrors. So until now I didn't find something that bothered me, or I wouldn't change something to the car. I think everything it's pretty well made. So look at it, it's still doing a great job. Also, I like very much this navigation, TomTom based navigation, because it is really precise. I mean, it shows you the information really easy to understand, so you can understand them extremely easy. Again, look at this, it's doing a great job. Now, if you want to set a higher speed, you go from here, so you go to 100, and the car will accelerate to the speed that you choose until it's reaching a car in front, and then it will brake or keep the distance. And you can choose also the distance between you and a car in front. From here you have a button from where you can choose the distance from those areas, and if you push it like that, you can see all over the screen the information's right there. Lovely. I really like the screen. I like the information on the screen. I like the way it shows you the information on the screen. Seats are also nice. You have a nice position, driving position on the seats. Now I just take the control. So now we are still in sport mode, and the steering wheel, it's a little bit stiffer, but the suspensions are still set up to the comfort. So this is a comfortable car. Don't expect to be stiffer and harder. Probably the Veloce version will have set up the suspension different. I want to test it as well, and I didn't get too many information about it yet, but at least when it comes to this one, which is the entry-level standard electric version of Junior, it's set up to be comfortable, to be light to drive, but in the same time have a quick response when you put it in sport mode, and to have a heavier steering wheel. But that's all. Not huge difference in terms of suspension response or all that stuff. But overall, look at this. Overall, it's pretty fun. It's pretty fun to drive, and you will see we will go on the. I will try to go on some twisty roads so we can test it out a little bit if I have the time. But in general, it's pleasant. It's pleasant. Also here, when you drive on the highway, it feels relatively pleasant to drive. On the curves, it stays also good, and the steering wheel, the brakes. Let's go in B mode. B mode means that the car will regenerate more energy when you release the acceleration pedal, and you can feel that. The brakes and the brakes feel good. The transition between the physical brakes and regenerative brake, it's good. It's also silent inside the cabin. I like that. It's pretty silent, pretty good. And we will try to do some accelerations. So now, for example, if you have around 10 km/h and you press the acceleration pedal, it's not super quick, but it still gives you the power. It still gives you a little bit of punch. Anyway, if you have around 50 and you press it, ooh, now you feel a little bit more aggressive. Usually, I don't know if you notice that, but usually when you drive an electric car and you have between 30 and 50 km/h and you press the acceleration, it's much more aggressive. I don't know why. I don't know why is the reason, but usually when you have this, for example 50, press the acceleration, ooh, it's push you back. When you start from scratch, not so aggressive, but when you still have a little bit of rolling, and then you just for 30 press it, oh, now it's push you back in the seats. And the grip seems to be good. Usually in the past, front wheel drive electric cars, usually lighter electric cars, tend to slip in the front, but this one doesn't have that slip ring feeling. So that's a good thing. That's a good thing that it has a good grip on the road. Overall, driving at low speeds, it's running so nice. And you can see right now in B mode, if I release the acceleration pedal, the car, it's basically recuperate the energy back into the battery. It's relatively powerful, but it's not one pedal drive, so it doesn't go to a stop, it doesn't engage auto hold. It's just powerful enough to not use the brake. So as long as you anticipate good the traffic, you won't need to use the physical brake. So that's a big advantage of electric cars, because you can have your physical brakes for longer. You don't have to change it as often as you do with the normal combustion engine car. So that's pretty fine. Again, extremely pleasant to drive it. Extremely pleasant. Now in the city you can switch to advanced efficiency and the steering becomes super soft and assisted. Wow, it's pretty assisted right now. I like it. So in the city, in this kind of situation, you do left, right, roundabouts. It's great to drive in this efficient mode, because it's lighter. The steering wheel becomes so lighter. And then when you go outside, then you use the sport mode when you need a little bit of power to pass other cars, and then the car will give you more power. And you have also here the pedal, you press it, and then you press it, and at some point you reach the bottom of the pedal. But then if you press it even more, a little bit stronger on the pedal, acceleration pedal I mean, you have another centimeter where it gives you, for example, we are in efficient mode, but if you need to cross pass other car, you don't have to switch to sport mode. You have this trick here in the pedal. So you press the pedal, and at some point you feel the bottom, and then you press it even more for 1 centimeter to maximum. And let me show you. You press it, and then you have 1 centimeter, and then it gives you the maximum power as you will have the sport mode on, and then the car will accelerate even more aggressively. And that's a great trick. That's a good thing when you want to cross pass other cars. Let's go back to dynamic. Now in dynamic, the acceleration pedal, it's super responsive from the beginning. You don't have to go all the way in. It's from the beginning a little bit more sensitive, and it seems to be fun to drive. And yeah, it's not crazy sporty car. It doesn't feel heavy or so on, but it is also fun to drive. It's quite light, but it's fun. I like it. I definitely like it. And also, if you go to the most important thing, if you go to scratch, let me show you that. If you go to 0 and you accelerate maximum, I like the fact that it gives you the power linear, so you don't have that rolling on the wheels. So that's good. The grip, it's good. It's set up good. That's really important. So it's nice. It's quite similar with what we have on Jeep Avenger and also Fiat 600 as a driving feeling, but it has a little bit of touch of Alfa Romeo touch there, which it's much pleasant. And to be honest with you, if I have to choose between those three, Junior, Fiat 600, or Jeep Avenger, probably I will go with this Junior. I don't know, I like it more. I think it has much more style, much more, I don't know, it's nicer. Also, I like the cockpit and the interior design. I like the seats, I like the exterior design, I like the front end a lot. The back end, I don't know, but the front end, it's really beautiful. It's really beautiful. And yeah, it's Alfa Romeo. I don't know, I have a respect for Alfa Romeo and what they do. Suspension are extremely good, extremely comfortable. I like the suspensions. They are set up to comfort, so don't expect to be stiffer. They are set up to comfort. So overall, the car, it's set up to comfort, and in this manner, it's very similar with the other Stellantis group cars. But I'm really curious to see the Veloce version, which has 280 horsepower, to see if it's any difference, if it's the suspension, if they are a little bit stiffer, or if there are bigger difference. But when we talk about this version, I think it's quite a nice setup. So we will see also the consumption. I will show you in the end. It's cool. It's cool. It's fun to drive. It's fun to drive. I like it. And right now I don't even use the physical brake. The B mode, it's great. It's pretty good setup, so you can anticipate the traffic and what happened ahead, and then the car is basically recuperating the energy back into the battery. And if you deactivate this, the car is just rolling a little bit more, but it won't go to it won't roll completely. It still recuperate a little bit of energy even if you're not in complete B mode. So keep in mind that you don't have the completely rolling mode. Look at this, it's also pretty quick when you press acceleration in sport mode, so it gives you that quick response in roundabouts when you need fast to go fast in. So that's a good thing. That's a thing that I definitely appreciate. So overall, it feels like it's well built. It feels like it has some style. Now here over those bumps, you can see it's lovely. It's lovely. It's really good. It's really good. I like it. Again. Also the suspension noise, it's really it really sounds like good quality. So that's steep roads around here. Nice. Nice. It's quite light. It's quite light. You definitely feel the lightness of the car, but you can still have some fun with it. You have good visibility, pretty good control. And it feels like it has plenty of power. 156 horsepower is more than enough for what you need. Even if you go on the mountain like we go right now, uphill all the way up, it feels like it has plenty of power to go up without any problem. I like it. I can get used with it. I think I can get used with it. So here we are. Here we are, guys. And now you see the steering wheel, it's too stiff. If I go back to efficient, now on the round here in the parking lot, it's much more easy to go around. So going around the corners, it's light to drive, it's fun, it's definitely fun. I like it. Let's park it here. And let me show you how easy it is. You just go in reverse, just like that. I like the fact that everything is here, all the buttons are close to reach, so you can change different settings and options extremely easy. And then press the P and then electronic handbrake, it's on. Now I want to show you something. For example, if you're driving, right? So if you're driving normally, usually if you press the brake pedal, really, this one has auto hold. I can't believe that. What? It has auto hold function and it's activating because of this, but this is strange because usually the other cars in Stellantis group doesn't have the auto hold function. For example, I test Peugeot 5008, didn't have it, and you have it on this Junior. Look at this. So you press the brake. One more time. Come on. Ah, I know why. I was on the uphill a little bit earlier. I was like that with car. That's why it stays. It doesn't have auto hold. But I have a trick for you. So once you press the brake, you go here and you activate the autopilot, right? And right now you activate auto hold. You can see right there the A. And that means you have auto hold. And even if you press the brake once and you deactivate autopilot, the car will still stay. So that's great when you are on traffic light stop. This is fantastic to use it there. So again, press the acceleration. If you press the brake now, it won't stay. But if you press the brake and then just press this one, for example, just like up once, and then the car will stay. If that makes sense. That's work with all the Stellantis group cars, Peugeot, doesn't matter. If you think you don't have auto hold, actually you have it, but you have to press this button. And you have to have this autopilot system option on the car. So cruise control and adaptive cruise control, basically. Otherwise it won't work. But that's good, guys. I think that's enough for with this Junior. I like it. It's light, it's nice, it's pleasant to drive. I think it's fantastic from my point of view. It's a pretty good car. Put it in park, electronic handbrake, and that's it. Let me show you the consumption, because I know most of you are interested in consumption. So trip 1, 15.6. Wow, it's exactly how they claim the estimated WLTP, so not bad. Anyway, the conditions were almost perfect. So I have this sign from the camera. I have to change the camera. It's a little bit too heavy, but yeah, in general I think it's really nice. It's really pleasant. It's the same as I was expected. It has that Stellantis feeling and similarity with other cars built on this platform, but in the same time Alfa Romeo bring a little bit of touch and you feel somehow like you're driving an Alfa Romeo. Really nice. Anyway, that was the video, guys. If you want to see the full review, I'll have a separate video with the same car, interior, exterior, material quality, space, multimedia, everything about the car you will find out in that video. So definitely check out that video as well. Also, if you want to see the car, test drive the car, buy the car, check out Auto Traxler in Switzerland. If you're around here, definitely check them out. They are really nice. That was the video, guys. I hope it was useful. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Thank you for watching. Stay safe, and I see you soon in the next one. Bye, guys.